Okay, so these are my notes for a topic, a conversation that I feel like I'm definitely going to want to come back to. This may be the actual video. I want it to be notes as of this moment just because to me, it's not set up the way that I would ideally want it to be set up with my Virgo ideals and things like that. But I feel that when you channel, there's no guarantee that you are going to get the information back, period, or that you'll be able to have it in a way that it's disseminated the first time, which may be the most potent and powerful. Eat your food. Because once it gets dark, it get nasty. Yeah, I don't like sauce to me. So, with that being said, I'm going to hop into the reason that I actually started recording in the first place. So, I was in the mirror, I'm channeling. I am elevated. When I initially set my intentions prior to getting elevated, my question was surrounding what can I do in the present moment to generate fiscal and money opportunities and money itself, okay, for the purpose of advancing my lifestyle, manifesting the lifestyle that I desire. Because we've already done a lot of the spiritual work and energetic work, but we are constantly having to do energetic work, hence what actually propels us in this 3D experience. When we talk about spiritual work and we talk about energetic work, we're talking about work in the mind, work in the psyche, in our mental makeup. Okay, period. Which affects our emotions. It affects our decision making, right? Our hormones. It affects everything. It is the heart of the body and of our experience. Moving on. So, I'm asking Spirit for direction on what to focus on and in what way to easily, excuse me, what way is easiest or easily can help me manifest this money, like where I'm seeing it in bank accounts or I'm seeing it in my hand or, just ways that I'm able to see it, that I can purchase necessities that I need and want, right? That I can have what I need and what I want. That is all the part of my manifestation energy and why I'm manifesting it all. So, and in the way that I want it, that is connected to my energetic signature, that for me, the Most High God that is at work in me, the divine spark, the divine source, that source caused me to come through certain celestial portals. And then also to realign with these portals in such a way that it would be activating for me consistently until I reach my soul's purpose. I mean, it doesn't matter when that happens for me. It just has to happen. So, in tapping in becoming elevated, this is how we're gathering this insight. One of the things that came out as I was standing in the mirror was about the spirit of the high priestess, and in specifics with this Venus and Scorpio placement that I feel that I have, or that I'm in, a transit that I'm in right now. First and foremost, I am feeling as if, Venus energy is the way that the high priest is able to attract both according to her core, her spirit, and according to the transits in nature, in the sky, and in the earth. So with that being said, for me right now, my secondary progression has my Venus in Scorpio. So some of the information I was getting about the high priestess energy is that it can be an alluring energy, especially when it comes to men, that it is something that makes you very attractive, magnetic, to the point to where, like, that energy that you possess to teach them in so many different ways, that they teach them the truth of their existence and of the mysteries of God in such an effortless way that is magnetic to you. It draws people into you. It draws people in, and really, in essence, brings them to their death energy. So, a thing that can do that is sex. A thing that can do that is romantic relationships, marital covenants, soulmate contracts. Scorpio is an energy that is connected to deep transformation of the mind, because once you penetrate the mind, you penetrate everything. But that is like in coming down. When you're going up, when you're ascending because you are coming down in a way. Um, so when you come down, you have to go up. The way to get back up is you got to go to the base chakra, connected to, in some understanding, some line of thought, connected to the root or the base chakra, are also or can be the reproductive body parts. So the connection there is that the way people can feel stable, the way that they can actually feel secure in some ways, can also be through the act of sex. So, and the way that they can be changed, the initiation for the change, the catalyst for the change, can in fact come from sexual activity. Then all these thoughts about certain, societal norms of a high priestess included that the high priestess only slept with the high caliber, high quality men of the government anyway, because it's duty in a way, it's responsibility, it's a way, it's an act of service to the community, to the world, which I know this may sound crazy, but sexual energy can be sacred. It can be holy. It can be set apart to help guide, to help create peace on. I'm telling y'all, it's that deep. So even in governmental structures, there are women who are that part of their responsibility and their mantle and the call on their life is to be able to heal the mighty men, the strong men, of certain societies, so that they can rule and rule in truth and rule righteously. So, oh, great. That's that energy. And I felt like that was very Scorpio, because sex is an energy that is very creative. It can create no matter what, whether it's creating life, whether it's creating death, in many different forms. So that's why I say that I think that there's a connection between women who are in high priestess energy. Okay, mommy, hold on. I heard you before you even started doing it. That's crazy. My head foot forward. So what you going through? What you going through, honey? Let's see if you know what to do. Open them hands, mama girl. You so beautiful. There we go. I see this one, so it's this one. Might be the stronger hand. I don't know. I don't even know which one it is. Look right here. Claudine, you might be getting turned around. Oh, my 15. Okay. I knew you was gonna get it, girl. I knew my little Aries baby was gonna get it. So she is 2 months about to be 3, and she just grabbed a marker. She still have it in her hand. Let me not say she grabbed it. She got it in her hand. Y'all see the Sharpie, and she trying to put it to her mouth now. Anyway. So this energy of the high priestess that I was channeling is, yeah, very much so part of their way that they heal is through that sensual sexual energy. Even if they never actually have physical sex with the person, even that person's desire for them could cause transformation. And I feel like that's a very powerful high priestess who can cause men to submit and to have to transform and to have to approach her appropriately to enter into her temple. And it's so funny because I was just talking to this guy who has a Scorpio moon. He is important and very significant to me. But point is, I don't think I was talking directly to him, but he had triggered the moment. And it was about how men who want to deal with the high priestess energy. And I think that men recognize who a high priestess is and who isn't. Even if they can recognize when she's in her strength and when she's not. They know. They know. And if they don't know on a 3D level, their energetic body knows, period. And they're coming to get her help. Even if they think initially that they're coming to subdue her. At some point they will be subdued. It's just the way that it goes. Also snake energy, spider energy came up with this energy. Okay, so you guys who have this energy, you could be called to anything connected with spiders. You could be seeing spiders at this time. You are just being called to connect to that energy of life and death and being able to create, because that is where your prosperity is. So when I was asking how to focus that energy, because that's what really all of this is about, I'm just talking about the thoughts that did come in to help me answer the question of what to focus on at this time. So I'm in the mirror, I started talking to myself, and I guess I'm being reminded of the fact that I have high priestess energy. I am a high priestess. Hence the reason why a lot of the things that have happened in my life happened the ways that they did. My astrological chart has taught me so freaking much about why certain experiences have had to happen, literally down to the place that they happened. If you want to know more about that, I have a really radical and very clear-cut understanding and example of how that happened for me in my life. It is related to the experience of sexual abuse that I have experienced, but I just put together maybe like a month or so ago now, by way of being elevated and in meditation and being open to receiving answers. I have the spirit of wisdom taught me right down to the place that the act was really significant for me. Okay, and where I became super aware in the moment, and it altered something in me. It shifted something in my brain at the time. I have a recollection of that basically my natal chart, both in the Eastern Indian practices as well as in Western astrology, have shown me that where it would happen, the location that it happened first. So if you want to know more about that, I actually do talk about it. It is on a podcast where I ramble. So if you don't care to have to sit through people thinking and sharing their thoughts, I understand that. So that might not be the type of podcast for you, because that's what I do. When I get elevated, I am called in certain times to actually record the audio for my own memory, and then I also think to be able sometimes to share, unless spirit tells me don't do it, don't share it. But anyway, Naga energy connected to the snake, connected to this high priestess energetic signature and marking that I'm talking about. Now, I also want to say, like I said before, we have one that we are born with. It is our energetic core signature, but then we have the ones that we actually have to progress to and through so that we can pick up the powers and become all powerful and all knowing in those ways. So with that being said, I would have to go and look at where my Venus, in my opinion, was when I was born. If I'm not mistaken, my Venus was in Virgo when I was born, according to Western astrology. In Vedic astrology, it probably would be in Leo, but I'm going to look that up another day. Y'all, somebody, when you get to this part of the video, if you hear me say that, if I come back and comment and be like, what did you find out about your Venus natally? Something like that to help jog my memory if I haven't done it. Moving on. So, I just say that to say that change is necessary. Change happens. It's going to. There isn't, like I said, a core energy that you come here with and grow into and you start off with, and then as the years progress, as the experiences that are mapped out for us happen and initiate us into new levels of our existence, then the signs change, and so therefore the energetic powers, the virtues that we have access to, shift as well with the sign. So when when I asked specifically about what to focus on, they told me really to talk about the stars. Like the stars have been really, really, really significant for me. And so when I say the stars, I would say that looking into astrology, looking into your charts, um, from when you were born for your energetic signature, but then also as you progress, as the signs change, specifically was what I was instructed to hone in on now and focus on. So, and then I'm like, okay, well, how can I do that? And so I started, my mind was going a lot of different ways. And basically I was trying to think with my mind what to do and trying to come up with something, but they were like, just do it. You know, do it. You have, when we're dealing with creativity, we actually have free reign to create. Now, I do still believe that wherever your fifth house energy, thank you, Spirit, for bringing this download. So if you need precision, if you still need like to you want to be more ordered and more structured and organized in how you create in the moment or in the season that you are in, you can look to your fifth house, because the fifth house is the house of creativity too. Look at your eighth house as well, I would suggest. And I will also say, look at your first house and your Mercury. Because so the Mercury deals with the way that you receive your messages, okay? How you make sense of your messages. That's going to be important for you to know, okay? Because it can help you deal with elements that you need to have around you, crystals you may need to look into for support, and to call on the energy of that. Your fifth house to me is going to tell you how the creativity could be channeled. That's what I would say. How it can be channeled most effectively. What you see as far as in the sign or the planet, what you see in the sign or the planet of your fifth house, I feel like that information will give you even more potent details to how you can create. Okay? So this is what I was led to share. These are my notes, but again, this could very well be the video. Because one of the things that I know I'm good at is speaking first and foremost. I don't want to say I'm good at it, but it just comes easier for me to just say something. If I want someone to know what's on my mind, it's just easier for me to talk to them about it, whether it's through a recording, a video recording, or audio recording. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like to get on the phone immediately or meet up face to face, like whatever the energy is. I like all the methods of communication. So, or fast or whatever. But whatever gets the message to me, in my opinion, to my people quickest. That's what I prefer. But anyway, this is the message. This is what I have channeled for now. I hope that it'll be useful and helpful to the collective that is supported through me and who supports me. So peace, love, light, and darkness, which all work together to bring balance and harmony first within ourselves and then within our world. It's my pleasure to serve you in this way, in this moment. If you enjoyed this, please, please let me know. If anything did make sense to you, also let me know. Yeah. And if you have some ideas on the way that I could potentially structure my offerings now, then I will say that I'm at liberty to hear you out. Okay, bye.